Hey folks, this is Vagrant. Welcome back to Alan Wake 2. Turns out I'm very silly for assuming the game would have saved after a chapter endpoint, because it definitely didn't save. So I had to replay since we got to Alan, but not that big a deal, and we are ready to roll.
ZANE had said we worked on Return together. That was a lie. Scratch wrote Return. I would pay ZANE another visit. He had guided me to 2 murder sites. I needed a new one to get back to Parliament Tower. A new draft of initiation.
Looking a bit ropey there, Alan. There's water on the floor. Masks. Initiation 7. It's like after we got dragged out of the lake, almost. It's kind of what it looks like. It's a raggedy man. No, you don't need 2 flashbangs. Do need more medkits. Am I crazy for thinking I should have had a shotgun by now? I've got so many shotgun shells. I've got 34 shotgun shells and no shotgun. I do want to take the flare gun ammo though. Alright. Mr. Door, you're definitely important to all this. What's going on?
I don't have time for this, so let's get it over with. Tell me, was this all fake? A show?
No one said otherwise, Mr. Wake. It was to indulge you, but we can stop pretending now.
Masks come off.
Oh, I wouldn't go that far. I don't even think you know who's under your mask, but you know how to make things difficult for yourself. All these rules, endless, convoluted loops you insist on going through. You are so lucky, you know. There are so many people helping you. Armies of people. Myself. Your wife.
Alice. I need to get to her. She's in danger.
She is. Because of you. And so is someone important to me, someone you pulled into this. You keep opening doors. Peeking in. Reaching through to get what you want, and that puts you in my path.
I don't know what you're talking about. I have to go now.
Maybe you will make it through this time. This has gone on long enough. This and our night springs. It was a nice distraction.
It's time someone gave me a straight answer here.
The next time we meet, the circumstances will be very different. And you would do well to return the favor by playing your part. Or stay out of my way, Mr. Wake.
Whatever you say.
Door, ZANE. The masks were finally coming off. Was it a sign I was closer to escaping? I had no time to waste.
I wonder who we pulled in. that so who we pulled in that's important to Door. The only person I can think of that we pulled in, of course, is Saga. Could it be Saga's dad? Who disappeared? Or he did disappear, didn't he? Maybe this is what happened of him. Maybe he came to the dark place. Could be. I'm so close to pressing RB then. So close to blasting him with some light. Ugh. Not in your story, I'm in my story. Artie! Artie, you've always been good to me.
At the end of the tunnel.
Help me out, buddy.
Jumalauta, that held you close, Tom.
Shut that door.
Mutta go onward, set the granny in the snow. When the panic is biggest, the help is also near.
Door didn't seem happy to see me this time.
Fearing the master is the root of wisdom. But don't let the game get you down. He's playing his role. Maybe put him in your films, Tom, like you have put me. Sehän oliski.
What films?
I'm a fan of your masterworks. There is Tom the Poet, my favorite, and Yöten Yö is the most famous one, of course. And is it true what I hear? That it's coming back to cinemas? Is there a bottom to this rumor?
I need to get back to my apartment. Can you help me?
Well planned is half done. You asked me to make sure you won't forget mikä se valokuva oli? The light pictures. The photos your artist wife took. They are waiting in the shoebox in the basement. What you leave behind, you find in front of you.
Okay. Thanks, Adi.
Why is everything in the basement? Everything in this game is in the basement. It's not cool. Basements aren't cool. Okay, this basement's okay though. Any basement with the lights on is an okay basement as far as basements go. Where am I? Laundry. Alright, give this a shot. Did that help in any way whatsoever? Not convinced. Oh, excuse me, excuse. Might be something that we have to do when we're downstairs.
I would find Alice's photos in a shoebox.
That's a lot of suits. Oh, where's Sodden? I need to get some serious dry cleaning on the go. Okay. Okay. Hey guys. Can't leave me alone for 5 bloody seconds, can you? No, we have to come be spooky. Get over yourselves.
These were Alice's photos. I recognized the style. One showed the clicker sinking into darkness. The other showed a light in the shape of a bullet. They were important, even if I didn't know what to do with them yet.
Just keep moving, just keep moving. I wonder if this light, I don't seem to gain or lose charges anymore. I wonder if it's now just like it just works. You know, you don't need to store charges, move them around. It's kind of been upgraded, inverted commas. Or it's just because there's a natural limit on how many you can have, and I've had 4 for absolutely ages, so I keep getting... Oh, okay.
drowning. I'm drowning. No way out. There's no way out. It's deeper and deeper and deeper. This is hell. I'm hell. I'm dying. I wish I was dead. Let me die. I just want to sleep. Please. Let me sleep. I'm so tired. I just want to go home. I've written so much. I write. And I write. There's nothing left. It's all gone. I don't know how to write. All the words are gone. There's no more words. Where do they go? Did I get the words? I recognize these words. Where are the words moving? Oh, this is familiar. Oh, this is familiar. I've been here before. Have I said this before? I've read this somewhere. Where am I? Who am I? Wait. Wait. That's a strange name. Wait. That sounds like a character's name. I write the name up. I make that name up. I don't want to be a character. I don't want to be the story. Just write the story. Ram these words down your throat. Make you choke on these words. Oh, I know the words. Secret words. You can't take the words. I eat the words. These are my words. Stop using the words. The words. Alter the word. This isn't your story. It never was your story. The story is a monster. The story will eat you alive. The darkness is coming. The darkness inside. This is my story. You're in my story. Get out of my story. You are a character in my story. You can't stop the story. This story will go on forever. There's no escape. You will never escape. You will drown here. You're stuck in a room. You have a clue. You're lost. You lost the plot. I'll show you.
It's almost Smeagol and Gollum-esque in that at this point, or at certain points, Wake and Scratch seem to be inhabiting the same body rather than him being a separate presence.
To get to Parliament Tower, I needed to find a murder site. Zane would know where to find one.
That means back to the hotel, right? Yep. Alright, Zany, who lied to me, the cheeky little liar. Yeah. Someone mentioned to me that the game changes how many resources you get. Am I going the right way? Depending on how many resources you have. So I've always thought like, oh, I have to be super like strict on my resources. Yeah. Oh, there's boxes everywhere all of a sudden. Do I care? Not really. All I care about are words of power. Where's this bloody hotel? Probably that big sign that says hotel. I'm gonna take a stab in the dark and go that direction. So that's an interesting point. Have those boxes spawned? Because they weren't there before. I don't know if they've spawned like routinely, like they always spawn, or have they spawned? Well, I mean, it's empty, so it doesn't really help. But have they spawned because I needed resources? I don't feel like I need resources though. That's why I'm not bothering to get them. Oh god, I forgot what this place is like. Oh god.
65 was upstairs. The elevator would take me there.
Am I meant to remember where these things are? Right. Where to Oh, Zane's room, access to Skybridge. Man, I really thought I was done with this hotel. It got me so much last time. Ah, here we go. Ding dong. Da 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 da. Wah 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 na. Wah 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 na. Wah wah wah. Wah 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 na. Do 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 do. Community has ruined my chances of ever hearing any other elevator music.
Something told me Zane wouldn't be happy to see me this time.
I'm in control now. The second you try anything, I will shoot you in the head. Scratch wrote return, not me. You're a fucking liar.
You'd given up. You stopped writing. You said it was too dangerous, that we didn't deserve to get out. then he showed up. Scratch. He promised to write. To get me the hell out of here. He was magnificent. A visionary. I mean, it was art. Then, when he finished, he took return and left me behind.
It's still here, and so is he.
I know I fucked up. But you can still catch him before he gets out, before he gets to your wife. When you get to him, don't hesitate. Kill the bastard for what he did to us. There's a murder site in my cinema where my film Nightless Night is playing.
I told you not to try anything!
Jesus, Alan. It's full on blasted him in the head. That's unlike you. Zane's film, Initiation 8.
I had to find the movie theater Poets Cinema. The next murder site was there. Zane had created the film in tandem with Return to escape the dark place.
Okay. So what was happening at the end there then? Are we just... Okay, how do I? Where's the elevator? It seems to be... Oh, it's here. Okay. Was that Scratch editing the reality? Was that Dark Forces, or was that literally Zane? Because Zane's clearly gone a little bit cuckoo. He's been here a lot longer than Alan has. Alan's been here what? Well, it's hard to put a time scale on it, but 13 years you would assume at least. Zane was in like the 60s or something, so Zane's been here for 50, 60 years, something like that. We don't really know how time works per se, but. He's been here a long time. He's clearly desperate to get out. Alan arrives. Zane thinks, yes, this is my ticket out of here.
The searchlight beams of the movie theater on the far side of the plaza.
Zane didn't have the clicker. I guess his films, etc., weren't enough to get him out of here. So he figures combining with Alan, films and writing, would let him escape. But Alan writes and writes and it doesn't work. He gives up. Scratch turns up. And Zane decides to collab with Scratch instead, making films along with Scratch's writing of Return, which is now what I'm trying to edit to get out of here. Save Alice. Wake. 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 What I'm curious about... Where am I? Where's there a lot of... Oh my... Jeez, where the fuck did you come from? Bloody hell. Proper snuck up on me. All these containers are empty. Every single one of them. There's a locked door somewhere that I'm curious about. I think when it's just a lock like that, it's probably a shortcut, isn't it? Like I'm going to end up back that way at some point, yeah. Let's check this other container, I suppose. They all seem to be empty. It feels like the game's mocking me. I reckon, you know what I reckon it is? I reckon if you don't have batteries, obviously you need batteries to get through here.
Moment to destroy it.
The boxes have batteries, probably. No steering, no words, no control. I'd like to say that wasn't entirely my fault. I don't really know what happened with my pistol there, but it decided to sort of reload, but not really. It was very strange. Because I was very specifically not reloading because we've got that thing that makes our final bullet stronger. So I was like, well, I don't want to reload then. I want to try to utilize that damage increase.
I couldn't force it open.
But then Alan got all frisky with his pistol. Not in a cool way. Do I have... I don't know if I... Oh, there's an echo at least. Right next to me, apparently. Not so sure about that. Oh, shut up. Let's have a look, poke around and say, ah, nah. What I'm curious about, because we're clearly near the end. They've probably got more to go with Alan than Saga, just because we neglected Alan a little bit, I would suggest. Not on purpose, just how it worked out. Can we get enough words of power to get every upgrade? I wonder if they're pointing this out. Ow.
These words down your throat.
Stay there. Stay there. Stay there. Thank you. That's a lot of loot. God, I need to start using the flare gun a little bit, I think. So I'm assuming that that was pointing out the, yeah, I think so. Okay. Okay. Can I go through the front?
The
No.
theater appeared to be closed.
Okay.
Maybe the ticket could still get me in.
Oh. Ticket, please. There you go. That's a little ominous.
Please enjoy the film, sir.
I don't like that. Don't like that one bit. Who is that? Have a little poke. I'm gonna go check out the ladder first, obviously. Obviously. Man, I love this guy. I want to go to cinemas like this. You do find them, not here, unfortunately. It's one of the reasons I want to move back to London is more stuff like this. Just proper retro old cinema like this. Old style seats. There's a beautiful one called the Palace I used to go to in London. I do miss London. And if my rent wasn't... the rent I used to pay is basically entirely what I earn in a month at the moment, so London is off the cards, to say the least. One day. One day. Alright, I think I'm here for an echo. Yeah, I am.
They say God made us in his image. Just like us, he is an uncaring, cruel son of a bitch. Having made it in heaven, he doesn't want us there, dirtying up all that nice white upholstery. And he doesn't want to reach down to help us. He gets his kicks just binge watching us struggling. hurting, killing, dying, screwing it up again and again, lazily stirring it up when things threaten to get too placid. This city is only here to satisfy his sick, voyeuristic pleasure.
I mean, look, if you were God, right, and you had the ability to observe all of humanity, you can just pick and choose who you want to observe on the planet. You've got to admit, like the Truman Show, right, but it applies to literally everyone in existence, and also it's not all fake around them. You gotta admit, it'd be pretty interesting if you could remain entirely detached, if you kind of viewed it as a TV show rather than reality. You would see some truly mad stuff. I don't think you'd ever be bored.
The cinema lobby was a gateway to other realities on the silver screen. I could set a scene here.
Will do, after we have a little poke, of course. Cha-bah!
The question, how do you run from an idea, from a thought, from a story that lives in your head? You can't get confused. You carry your monsters with you. The devil, back, it's in you. You're running right back to it. A loop. I need to stop. Stop running. Stop writing. A loop, in another word. It's too dangerous. Only horror comes out of it. People get hurt. I'll let the currents of this ocean wash me away. But what if I forget why I stopped? What if I forget I stopped at all? That is fucked up. If that happens, I'll start writing again.
Did I stop writing at some point? I can't stop. There's too much at stake.
That's what Zane said. And no reason to distrust Zane, right? After we've shot him in the head. Well, before we shot him in the head. Probably harder to trust him afterwards, actually. I don't know. Not that being shot in the head makes you a bad person, but if someone has been shot in the head and died, and then they come up to me and give me advice, am I liable to trust that person? No, I would say no, generally speaking. If anything, I might be a little bit spooked. That said, right, let's say a ghost comes to you, right? You're you, living your life, and one night you see a ghost, and you're not having a fever dream, it's not a trick of the light, it's not all the other things that account for ghosts in reality, it's an actual ghost. Ghosts are real, that's the world you live in now, yeah? And a ghost comes to you. And the ghost says you need to slap a pigeon 4 times in the next 24 hours or you'll die. It's a very weird ghost. It's just telling you the future. Just, you know, it's a butterfly effect kind of thing. And if you happen to slap a pigeon 4 times, maybe you will slap the ghost. If you happen to slap a pigeon 4 times, the sequence of events will conspire to mean that you don't die from some unrelated cause. Do you go and slap the pigeon 4 times? Is the question. Like, how much do you trust? Maybe it needs to be something easier to do. Quite hard to slap a pigeon 4 times. Quite hard to slap a pigeon once, actually. I would suggest.
Missing something.
I'm not missing anything, Alan. I'm just exploring. Quite hard to slap a pigeon. Maybe something a little easier. Something that you could feasibly do, you know? Do you trust that the ghost is telling you the truth?
I felt like I'd been on this case looking for the cult of the word for a lifetime or more. The only case I'd ever been on. They would surface from the dark with their depraved acts of violence and fade back into the night, leaving behind bloody crime scenes and clues heavy with obscure meanings that led nowhere. Arriving at the cinema, I felt a monumental, terrifying revelation trembling before me, ready to open its jaws and swallow me whole.
This place had significance to the cult. There was something to use there.
Zane's special surprise. Tell you what, these are bargain prices. Then again, this is probably... We don't know how old this is, right? This is probably quite old. Milk? I love when people sell milk. Milk is underrated as like a casual beverage. Can I just say this? Like, just casually... I had a pint of milk earlier today. It made me very happy, you know?
I needed a new draft of the story. One that would get me ahead of Scratch.
Let's all go to the lab. Oh, they got rid of all my others. I can see why. It would be a lot of hard work
First
to
step toward the murder site. I was making progress.
keep track otherwise. Imagine if you had to redo every single... Oh, okay, there's a map somewhere. You had to redo every single scene with every single adaptation.
Someone had barricaded themselves in the room.
Nothing else in the area, I don't think. Okay, hello. Get around this way. That's a spooky old poster, isn't it, for Yoshonyo? Maybe that door upstairs will open now. Let's all go to the lobby and get ourselves a drink. There's a nightless night. Very much the inn kind of style at the moment, actually. No, okay, missing something downstairs. There's a door open around there. Oh boy, what? Okay. Is this door always here? Am I crazy? Oh, whoa, whoa, girl. Oh, okay. Oh, wow. It's a shame that it's discard and it's not dropped to the floor, you know? But I value a flashbang. I mean, I could have left them and gone back to the shoebox, but I'm too lazy for that kind of nonsense. I actually thought that was going to lead me around to the right way. I really don't know where to go right now. Got flashbacks for bloody days. Again, I'm kind of preparing for the future, but it's a future that's really never likely to arrive, if we're totally honest. What am I doing? I'm confused. I don't like being confused. Maybe I need to edit the scene. Let me try that.
My writing was affecting reality.
Okay. We've never really had to do this before. Like, we did it with the light, but we never really had to change the scene like this in the past to get through somewhere. Did it, gang. Oh, is that a map? That's a map. Poet of the Falls Cinema. Okay, we've got a thingy over there. A word of power and a word of power over there. Now, is that upstairs or downstairs? I'm probably going to get the opportunity. Let's just keep going for now. But we do need to get those, obviously. Guess we're swapping again. Whoa, whoa, whoa. I don't think that was on purpose.
Good to talk. It would do you a lot of good to talk, buddy.
It was an initiation ceremony. Or so we made our new members believe. 2 of New York's finest. They had performed endless favors to earn their place among us. We had something special waiting for them. And something very special for you. Alex Casey.
Who's your leader? Alan Wake? Scratch? Zane? Give me a name!
You will meet him soon enough.
There was no end to the corruption. It fit the genre, so I'd use it.
That was Ilmo, wasn't it? Ilmo. as well. Bloody hell. Oh, God. Oops, it is. Alright, I want to see if I can find these things. We're going to end up back in the main room. Things have changed slightly. Okay. Well, I mean, we've got access to both floors here, so... One of them is over here on the right. It looks... If I go in here, let me just check something. Where am I, relatively speaking? Okay, so light... Yeah, okay. The dark grey is downstairs, the light grey is upstairs, so it should be up here and around the corner. There it is. Words of fix! Where are those? Ah, quite a few. Yeah, we're missing 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. We're missing tons. I suspect you do not get to upgrade everything fully. Sure. Not my favourite word of fix, must be said. Unless this game has way more time left than I think. I don't think it does. Can I get down there? Isn't that... Yeah, I think I know where that is, but we'll get to that later, I'm sure. Yeah, I strongly... I mean, that's just trying to point me over there, right? Yeah. Strongly suspect that... oh, this is where I thought it was. No, so it's not. I strongly suspect you can't get all of them. There is a New Game Plus mode, or at least there is going to be a New Game Plus mode, which apparently might have some story beats to it, which is interesting. Let me just see if I'm anywhere near that one. Maybe is it in here? Can I shoot that? Ah, there it is. Maybe I should have looked up first. Cult of the Word. Word of action. Whatever. Everything I said was wrong. Increased damage dealt to close proximity enemies. Sure. Decent one. I bit my tongue. Alright, cool. Those are the main things I care about. Like, Alpha Collectibles, those ones, they make me happy. Okie dokie.
The words. The darkness is so if you're alive, it is.
Get off me!
You're in my story.
Bloody hell. All I did, I just wanted to mess around the light a little bit. Oh. I mean, if anything, I gained health, but I lost bullets, and bullets are what I'm concerned about, so. Okay. A theatre hall. Gonna have a little poke around before we do anything else. There's a echo over there. There's nothing here on the map, is there, in terms of... No. Do not see this... Ah! Ah!
The urban legends circling Thomas Zane were a bottomless rabbit hole. I'd done some digging. To film freaks, he was a mythic...
Oh, I didn't realize I couldn't... Alright. Sorry about that, Casey. Don't take it personally, buddy.
The urban legends circling Thomas Zane were a bottomless rabbit hole. I'd done some digging. To film freaks, he was a mythic auteur in the art house cinema. A rising star coming to America from Finland. But he only created one film, Tom the Poet, before he went missing, mirroring the vanishing of the main character in the movie, played by himself. The biggest mystery was around his lost film, an early work made in Finland, Nightless Night, rumored to have mystic properties. Some claimed it was a snuff film, that the ritual murder in the film was an actual murder. There were no known surviving copies, but the cult chased it as if it were their unholy grail. Just like Wake's books were.
Any art that serves their purpose, I suppose. I don't actually know which one I'm meant to be using here. So.
The scene had changed.
Can it change back? What the hell? Alright, you're gonna leave me to it, right? So I can watch the film? I hope so. Oh, no. See you later, buddy. I'm out of here. What the hell? What's that say? Oh. I suspect it's probably the one, and I probably have to go into the crowd. Yeah. Well, this is where the blood is. Just looking up here. Alan Wake, you're stuck in a loop. It's a little spooks, I'm not gonna lie. Wait, did I not? Oh. Didn't realise I'd taken it off. No, wrong one. For God's sake, give me a minute. There we go. I'm hoping it'll play now that I'm far enough away to actually see it. Nope. It's an echo.
Look at you, following your master into La La Land. A sad bunch of clowns in funny masks and hoods, pretending to be a secret society.
Maybe it is you who's playing a role, Mr. Casey. A role carefully laid out for you. A puppet blindly performing the ritual steps for the glory of the cult. Huh?
What the fuck have you been smoking?
Nightless Night. A clip of the lost film survived. You will see, Mr. Casey. In the Nightless Night, you will finally see.
Nightless Night was Zane's film. It played a role in this story.
Guess it's time to watch it. Please don't be a snuff film. I'm not into snuff films. Right.
Zane was in the clip holding my lamp. Was he playing me in his film? Zane's lamp on the screen had no light. The light of the lamp shone out of the screen and revealed the door.
See, Zane. You nerds are everywhere, aren't you? Get me into this goddamn alleyway.
I was back out into the night. The seedy alley away from prying eyes was a good scene for dark deeds.
Dark deeds and sorry. Blah, blah, am I okay inventory wise? Move you across, I think, and this should be good. Yep. Dirty deeds and I can't remember where that's from. Would you watch a snuff film? I feel weird. No, snuff films are bad. You can't advocate for snuff films. Actual legitimate snuff films. Films that are made to look like snuff films is okay, but that's a weird thing. It's kind of like, right? I think it's okay to make. Is it okay to make though? Okay, let's put it this way, right? So let's say you make a film. It doesn't matter. I'm not asking whether you like it. It's whether it's morally okay to make a film. You know what a snuff film is, right? A snuff film is a film where people actually get killed. Where you record an actual murder. Obviously they're not popular or common, but they do exist. They're out there in the world.
Maybe I had missed something on the plot board.
No, I'm exploring, Alan. Leave me alone. What does things? You know how I feel about things. What the heck? You know how I feel about that as well. Have a look on the map. Okay. Alright. So, yeah. You got a snuff film. But what if you make a snuff film that... You make a film that just looks like a snuff film, right? You make a film that isn't really a snuff film, but it's very, very accurate.
I knew I was making progress. I had to keep going.
There's an echo here. Kind of like Cannibal Holocaust, right? When Cannibal Holocaust came out, there were concerns that it was real because it was so graphic at the time and realistic at the time. I'll continue this discussion in a second. Come on, Echo.
You don't think they're gonna want us to, like, cut off a finger or something for this initiation, do you?
Nah. I'm sure we'll just chant some ceremonial stuff. Nothing to it.
Well, it's about time. We paid our...
I do it again. I did it again. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Just want to explore.
You don't think they're gonna want us to, like, cut off a finger or something for this initiation, do you?
Nah. I'm sure we'll just chant some ceremonial stuff. Nothing to it.
Well, it's about time. We paid our dues. Made plenty of their problems disappear. Dumped all those nobodies down that chute.
What we did or didn't do, it's all behind us now. We're going straight to the top, partner.
Yep, like we died and went to heaven.
The corrupt coppers. It seems like the cult of the word is like the dark place and genuinely dangerous variant on the cupola tree. It's probably the word. We'll see. Dislike this little bit here, I'll tell you that much. I don't think this has opened up anything new. But you want to do the ones that you don't think it is first. And also it gives me an opportunity to talk nonsense. Unless that door... Am I meant to go through that door? I suspect this is the door I couldn't open earlier. So I can't open it. Okay, so you make a film that resembles a snuff film. Is that morally okay? I would usually advocate for yes, but I'm kind of convincing myself otherwise, because if you take that same philosophy and advocate and apply it to something like, let's say, illegal pornography of people who should not be in pornography, like if someone draws that, even if it's just drawn artwork, I take issue with that. And I guess it's the same thing in that because you can enjoy, I think you can enjoy someone getting murdered. It's really hard to kind of separate the two, but it does exist. Like, if you look at pornography for enjoyment, you don't necessarily... I guess I'd be concerned about someone who likes super graphic snuff films that are meant to be real. But you know it's not reality. But why do we have that disconnect with... I guess it's because no one's being... I'm really struggling to put this into words. Ugh. Do you see what I'm saying? Like, is there realistically a difference between a fake snuff film, which is legal, it really is, and like hand-drawn child pornography? This is really going to get me demonetized, but is there a difference? And I feel like there is, in that the former is okay or shouldn't be illegal, whereas the latter, A, should be illegal, and B, if you enjoy it. Because I see discussions about it on Twitter, like someone will sexualize a character who's underage in a drawing, and like, well, it's just a drawing, it doesn't hurt anyone. But I feel like if you enjoy that, then you should be on the list, you know? Because that means that's what you're attracted to. But if you enjoy snuff films that are so realistic, it seems like it's also murdering someone. The reality is neither of them
I should
are
look at
real.
the blackboard. Keep the story moving.
Oh, wait, what? Find a way, go to the roof and find where someone fell. Do you see what I'm saying, though? Like, they're both not real, inverted commas.
The police car felt important to the story.
But one of them feels much more damning than the other. And in reality, I think they should probably both be damning, right? Like, if you're into like hand-drawn pornography of that kind, even if it's hand-drawn, no one's hurt, then I don't want anything to do with you. I think you should be on the list and monitored and all this kind of stuff, right? Because it suggests that that's what you're attracted to. It doesn't matter if it's real or not. It means that's what you're attracted to, and that's concerning, yeah? But surely the same applies for snuff films.
The answer was close.
I think I just need to go here. Can I do this from here? Yeah, that's what we do. Sorry, I haven't really been paying attention. But you see what I mean? I see what I mean. All right, door. I see what I mean. Whereas I think if someone really enjoyed, or like did enjoy and watch, even found sexually gratifying, like these fake snuff films,
Straight to the top.
I don't think that should be
dirty cops
illegal.
looked down on the city. Their city. They had committed repulsive deeds to get there. They told themselves it was worth it.
Now, I wouldn't necessarily want to hang out with that person, don't get me wrong, but I also don't necessarily think they would be a threat. Why? Is it because we normalize violence so hard above sexuality? I don't want for a second to confuse the issue that I think the former is absolutely abhorrent, by the way. I just want to make that abundantly clear. But it's just interesting that two things that are morally horrible and illegal and terrible and people shouldn't do, it's okay to fantasize about one, not fantasize, but it's okay to enjoy recreations of one but not enjoy recreations of the other. Why? Why is it okay? And like, I'm playing a video game right now where my character just shot someone in the head. Why is that okay? I don't have any desire to shoot someone in the head. We've long established playing violent video games doesn't seem to make people more violent. But I can't apply that same logic to... Oh, this is a boss fight if I ever saw one. I can't apply that same logic to certain types of pornography and stuff like that. It just doesn't work. And like in my heart, I feel like it's not the same thing, but I struggle to put into words why it's not the same thing. You know? I know what I mean. And we definitely have normalized violence. To a great degree. Above sexuality. And even above... Wait, did I come this way? Yeah, I did. Even above, like, normal... Fine sexuality, like just general complicit, consensual sex between people of appropriate age is way more taboo in like all forms of pop culture compared to violence. I've talked about this on the channel before, but I do find the demonization of sexuality very, very strange. Timmy! Timmy? It's been kept away from me. Like, okay, let's put it this way. This game had a scene where Alan Wake shot someone in the head, right? If Alan Wake had slept with his wife, then you could graphically shoot someone in the head in a video game and nobody would bat their eyes, really. But if you graphically fucked someone in a video game, people would be like, whoa, 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 what's all this? Why is this in the story? Get this out of my game. This is weird stuff. Unless it was like a game designed for that. You know what I mean? The two are viewed in such different lights, but they shouldn't be, should they? Is there any reason they should be? And people will come back at that, and there's been this... It's weird. I would say the current younger generation of like 20-year-olds is actually really weirdly anti-sex in a lot of ways, in that you always see these comments about people are like, oh, people just shoehorn sex into stories and, you know, it doesn't need to be there, yada, 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 just trying to titillate. Hey, there's nothing wrong with sex being in things just because it's, inverted commas, sexy. That's fine. That's a goal. That's an emotion. Hey, if that's the emotion you want to strike from your players or watchers, then there shouldn't really be anything wrong with that. That's a perfectly legitimate thing to aim for. That said, the idea that like sex can't advance the plot or can't be used to show emotions or state of a character's mind and stuff like that is utter nonsense, and that's how it should be used. It's a plot device as much as anything else, or a character development device as much as anything else. And people are like, oh, you don't need to show it. But why do you need to show someone in a horror film being brutally murdered? It's the same deal.
Be careful out there, Tim. If you see me, make sure it's really me, not some psycho wearing my face.
Sounds like you've been having a rough go. I've been there. The missing time. The aliens.
What?
Missing time?
It's the same thing I've been saying. The dreams. Sometimes I wake up in a completely different place, missing entire days. I have no idea what happened, but I'm trying to find out. Things always get better if you just keep moving forward, Alan.
Aliens?
Wait. What's this about aliens?
Oh, I was just convinced that everything going on with me was because of aliens. Abductions, signals beamed into my head, that kind of thing. Now I know it's been Door all along. I haven't ruled out him being an alien, though.
Of course not. What's new? This one, I think. UFOs, polyhedrons, I see them in my dreams. Geometry. Pure mathematical shapes contain energy. A vessel, a weapon, an object of great power. Are you crazy and have dreams of RPG dice? Cheers, Tim. Anyways, I have lots of feelings about this subject. It's this idea that, like, you can't risk people of a certain age seeing it. But if we don't apply that to violence, then, like, I don't disagree with it as an idea. But surely it should apply to people being shot in the head as well, right? Surely it's a two-way street, and it just isn't. Oh, I wonder if I meant to change this from up here. That's why I've got access to it. Oh, I want to check my map, actually. Just got Tim's update. Okay, there's two up here that I've missed. One... Okay. I'm going to change this. I was going to do anything, but we'll change it anyway. Find a way into the projection booth. Oh. Is this always here? Yeah. Right, I wanted to save the game anyway. Okay, we'll end it there. Thank you very much for joining me. I'll see you lovely folks very soon. Cheers, much love as always. Bye-bye.